Little Arts Poker Party. Coming to you from Hollywood with the Paladins. First time in a long time, guys. Paladins, fellas, they came up from San Diego. When did you play here last? Was it 87?
It's been a while, Art. How long has it been? I think it was more like 85, maybe. How long have you had the show? How long has your show
Let's not talk. I think in 1972, I think it started. No. It's about 5 years. So I think it was about 1986 when you were here last.
Yeah, that was when we first got Scott Campbell.
Yeah. All right.
Now we're showing up at your show with our brand new drummer, Brian Fein.
Okay, well let's interview the guest, this featured guest speaker right now first. We got with us as usual. Can't get rid of him. Todd Everett.
Who else can you get at whatever time this is?
At 5 minutes notice.
At whatever time of day this happens to be.
So Todd, now that you're not, a lot of people ask me, what's Todd doing now? He's not working for the Herald, and I said, he writes press releases for MCA, and he shows up in the LA Times, and then they say to me, where in the LA Times?
I alternate with a guy named Michael Arkush, who writes sort of a music club notes thing in the West Side and Valley section of the calendar, which is like
the daily calendar?
Sunday calendar. It's like the last 8 pages of the Sunday calendar are devoted to regional editions, if they have such regions. And if one lives in the West Side or the Valley, and it happens to be exactly the right one of the 4 Sundays in the month, there I am. For instance, April 7th, I think it is going to be one, or has been one, depending.
Well, now that you're working at the LA Times...
I'm hardly working at the LA Times.
Now that you're working slightly at the LA Times, do you happen to understand what the new faster format is? I've seen big ads that said, read this now, and it's maybe they've shortened the stories?
No, they changed. I mean, I say this just as an observer. I haven't discussed this with anybody down there, but if you remember the first week of the new faster format, for a week or so, they had basically the précis of the entire story was the first paragraph. Under the headline, but before the body of the story, there would be about a one-paragraph summation of the entire story, so that you could read that. Now they've sort of they changed that though. Now that's sort of over on the side of the page, so you can look at the front page, down the side,
and decide what stories you want to
and decide what stories you want to see inside.
That sounds slower though. Oh, I guess it's faster.
Well, it's slower than the even faster new faster format, but it's faster than the slower.
The previous slower format.
The previous format.
Well, it's good to have you here. I understand you're a big. Huh?
No, I was saying these little mini stories sort of fill the function that normally would be taken in other papers by headlines.
I see.
You know, they tell you what the story's about, and you read it, and you decide if you want to read the rest of the story.
Well, I understand you're a big Paladins fan. Is that true?
Hey, I can hardly. I hear they got a new album out that opening number might even be on in a longer version, sort of a stretched out jam version.
Well, let's get over to Dave. Dave, what's your last name, Dave? I never know. It always
Dave Gonzalez.
It comes out Gomez and Lopez and Marquez.
When I grew up, everybody called me Guitar Gomez, and I just go down there playing Guitar Gomez. So it just kind of ended up that way.
So it is Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I remember the LA Times running that under your face for one of the previews of a Paladin show, putting Gomez under it. Well, you San Diego all your life?
I'm from Whittier, California.
Was that right?
Just right down the street, yeah. Then moved to San Diego in '78. Met Tom. We met each other when we were seniors in high school, and put the band together, and been playing together as Paladins since '80.
Well, let's get Tom over to the microphone too.
Hi, Art.
Hey, how you doing, Thomas? Thomas, you got 2 kids. The little kid's a lot bigger than last time I saw it. Last time I saw it was 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
They grow a lot, don't they?
They sure do.
Well, that's cool, man. Well,
He's a big boy for his age. He looks like he's 2, but he's only a year and a half old.
But he cut out. He's not here to be on TV, is he?
He's
at farmer's market tearing it up right now.
He couldn't resist all the stuff around the studio. Maybe a little later we can have him sit in or maybe run some of the controls or whatever. But right now he doesn't know what he's doing.
Okay. I'll ask you guys a couple of standard questions I've never asked the Paladins before. What's the first record you bought?
My first record I ever bought.
Get over the mic.
It was either a Chuck Berry, I think it was a Chuck Berry record, or maybe Come On Baby Light My Fire by the Doors.
Yeah.
We used to save our allowance and then walk down to this little place and buy our singles, you know.
Which Chuck Berry record might it have been?
Johnny Be Good.
What do you think, Tom?
What was it?
Well, the one that comes to mind right now might not have been my first, but I remember I talked my mom into, we were at the Safeway, and I talked my mom into buying this Eric Clapton record. It's It's the one with all the soul stuff, like
You mean album?
After Midnight, you know, as an album, After Midnight.
The first solo album.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool, man. Well, I got to talk to Brian too.
The one with
back there.
blues power
You
on
have to
it.
kind of
Brian Fahey on the drums here.
pick the microphone up. Let me ask him. He's the newest,
Don't say Benny Goodman.
the newest, the newest member of the Paladins. Brian, are you from San Diego also?
No, I'm from Phoenix.
Oh, is that right?
Arizona.
Let's speak up into that because we can't hear you. But,
Phoenix.
answer me the same question. What's the first record you bought?
The first record I ever bought was there was a TV show in New York called Shindig.
Yeah.
And,
New York.
Actually, Shindig was out here, but
It's from L.A.
what the heck.
actually.
They made up a record, an album of the artists that appeared on it.
Like
And-
Bobby Sherman.
No, it was Major Lance and Aretha Franklin and
So it was a Columbia
the
Hustle
Village
or something.
Stompers. I
Yeah.
remember.
Columbia
I had a
Records
hammer.
Hustle. Was it
And,
Shindig or
that's what
Hullabaloo?
I sent away for that record, and I couldn't wait till it came in the mail. That was my first record.
Was it Shindig or Hullabaloo? Can you remember?
What's that?
Was it Shindig or Hullabaloo?
It was Shindig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Do you remember that? You remember that show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was a pretty cool show.
All right. Well, we're glad to see you.
Hosted by Jimmy O'Neill, who is now on KRLA.
Yeah.
And Brian,
Play drums.
Brian's got two drum. You got two kids who are drummers.
Yeah, my two and a half year olds can play a shuffle already, and he likes Jimmy Reed and all that stuff.
Wow, we're breeding some good generations coming up, I think.
Johnny Burnett.
All right. Well, listen, the Paladins. We got plenty of time to talk to you in the ensuing 23 minutes or so. But that first song was off your new, or the shuffle, the instrumental you just played was
Well, we have an instrumental on a new record called Untamed Melody, and he said, hey, just play about 1 minute, so we kind of just threw a little of that in there, but
it's. All right, well,
it's on our brand new record.
just what album, what's the name of it, and what's the label?
Our new record's called Let's Buzz. It's on the
Yeah.
Alligator label.
Yeah.
It just got released a couple weeks back, and we want to do a song. Can we play right now?
Yeah.
Cool. We want to do a song that we wrote called The Thing.
Okay.
Ready? This is The Thing, everybody. I want to tell you about something that I call a thing. It ain't hard to do, it ain't too hard to explain. Well, I got one here, you got one too. Put us both together and put us in a groove. You know what I mean when I'm talking about the thing. Yeah, you know what I mean when I'm talking about the thing. Well, now Adam said to Eve while sitting by the apple tree, grab a handful of apples, do that thing with me. They didn't know what to call it since the dawn of time, but they do what they do because it felt so fine. You know what I mean when I'm talking about the thing. Yeah, you know what I mean when I'm talking about the thing. Well, now you heard about the crawl and you think you know about the twine. Well, you've been doing that thing, you've been working it overtime. Well, you can work it slow, you can work it fast. It's the only kind of work that you want to last. You know what I mean when I'm talking about the thing. Yeah, you know what I mean when I'm talking about the thing. Yeah, you know what I mean when I'm talking about That's the thing. Thank you.
Man, that's great, man. And that's a brand new one?
Yeah, brand new one.
Cool, guys. You know, let me put the mic over here so I can hear you, so you can hear me. Now, I've seen you guys raised almost from the start. I mean,
Yeah. Gave us our first start. Art, thanks a lot, man.
I wasn't.
Is that why you brought that up, Art?
No, that isn't why I brought it up, because I've seen them start out. Well, how did you find out about coming up to L.A., for example, when the rockabilly thing started here?
Well, we didn't know it was the rockabilly thing, actually. We were playing as is in San Diego for a long time, and everybody used to think we were like Sean Anna, or they couldn't figure out where we were coming from. And, you know, we would be writing tunes and digging Buddy Holly and B.B. King and all that stuff. And then we came up here to L.A. We heard about the Blasters. We came up here to L.A. to see some shows, and we went, wow, there's all these people up here that dig the same kind of tunes. And not too long after that, somehow how did you hear about us or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you ended up on the L.A.
We
Rock.
played a bunch of gigs with the Blasters when they were in their cranking
I was
days.
working
And that
with-
was when you used to work with them.
Yeah, right.
Maybe they told you or something. But anyhow, we used to play for your Wednesday night shows all the time at Club Lingerie.
Yeah.
And then you put us on your album, Best of LA Rockabilly. That's still our most requested song out of all the records
Is that
we've
right?
sold. Everybody still comes up and asks for that double dating song all the time.
Oh, cool. Glad to
We
hear
can't do it because we had another guitar player at the time, and we were both slightly out of tune with each other, and we could barely play at the time, and that was the whole thing about it.
Oh, wait a second. I also got your song in Roadhouse, didn't I?
Yeah, Roadhouse.
The
that's
wrong
right.
the wrong version. But,
Yeah, remember that?
all right.
Oh, what a terrific guy you are, Art.
I'm just recalling that.
Little Monsters is out. I just saw a poster for it.
What's that?
We got a new
song
tune,
in
yeah.
What's that?
We got a song in the soundtrack of this new movie called Little Monsters.
Is that right?
Yeah, it looks like it's a big movie.
That's cool.
I mean, I walked into the video store and there's this big display. It doesn't say anything about us, but there's a big display, and I know that we got a tune in it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
How did you wind up on Alligator, which is a Chicago sort of a blues label, Coco Taylor, people like that?
Yeah, well, we started out on another small label here from Hollywood, and we'd been out, and they knew about us because some people that used to work for Alligator, people that work for Albert Collins and stuff, knew us, and we'd open for Albert and stuff, and they kept telling Alligator, hey, you got to get the Paladins, you got to get the Paladins, and they weren't so about it. Anyways, our management down in San Diego, Falcon Morrow Talent, started booking Little Charlie and the Nightcats, and they're on Alligator. So they booked a show with us to open for Little Charlie in Chicago. And that night after the show, they came back and said, when you guys get out of your other deal, come over here. So the next day I got on the phone to the lawyer, and we got all that taken care of. So
Ah, cool.
that's it.
Well, there's more to say, but I'd rather hear you sing. So let's talk later and sing a little now. What else you got?
We want to do another brand new tune off of our new record, and this one's called I Don't Believe. Some people suffer all their lives. They're never really happy no matter what they try. I think we're lucky with what we got. It doesn't take much money to have a lot. I don't believe we're fooling around. I don't believe you're putting me down. I don't believe that we mess up our lives by telling each other lies. This life we're living, it ain't so bad. We never really fight, we just get a little mad. And all these problems ain't so rough. They say the tough get going when the going get tough. And I don't believe that we're fooling around. I don't believe you're putting me down. I don't believe that we mess up our lives by telling each other lies. You know I love you true. There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do for you. Let's stay together through thick and thin. 'Cause if we love each other, I know we'll win. And I don't believe that we're fooling around. I don't believe you're putting me down. I don't believe that we mess up our lives by telling each other on each other line. That's I Don't Believe.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great. Let's see. So, you guys, when I last saw you, you were playing My Nights at Lingerie, like in '86 or '87, and then you got too big. So, now I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
We didn't get too big.
I'm not complaining. I couldn't pay enough.
Come on,
But
they're playing your public access show.
Yeah,
How
right.
big can they
What
be?
I'm saying is,
You just had to go where the dough is.
right. I know. What I'm saying is, what has been going on? You've been blazing a trail across America for the past 3 or 4 years.
Well, we had that one record come out, our first album, the Paladins' first record, and did just a bunch of touring off of that. They released that record on Big Beat over in England and got all over Europe, so we went to Europe. Then in '88, we put together our first album for Alligator, and they really wanted us to tour a lot. We toured about 250 nights that year. And let's see, then '89, we wanted to tour. We were making good money and getting out there, and that's the name of the game when you're on an independent label like we are. You just gotta, pound the pavement to sell records. So, excuse me. So, let's see, beginning of '89, we started recording our new record, but we ended up going to Europe on 3 different tours in support of the Year Since Yesterday record, and we never really got to finish up our current record, and it took a long time to get it together. And then our last drummer, Scott Campbell, decided to leave the band because he had a son, all these sons.
Yeah.
And so we knew Brian out in Phoenix. He played in a bunch of good bands out there and all over the United States, as a matter of fact. And so we got him to join up the group, and we went to Europe twice with him. 3 times or twice? 3 times already
Yeah.
with Brian. And so the Alligator, the independent records do real good over there in Europe, and we could actually live over there if we wanted to, man. There's so much work, but it's just so far away, and it's really hard to find collard greens over there. So anyways, we finally got our new record together. It just got released a couple weeks ago, so
What's the name of it again?
it's called Let's Buzz on the Alligator label.
I wanted to ask, though, about being a local band. You're on a national label, but it's a small one. I wanted to ask about that international touring, or the national touring. Now, you're mostly headlining small, medium-sized clubs?
Yeah, we're doing our own thing mostly. We play a lot of festivals, too, in Europe, too, in the summertime, and, we played a couple of them, blues festivals and
Blues
stuff.
festivals, huh?
Yeah, because we're on Alligator, we kind of cross over into that bluesy thing a little bit, some of our newer tunes are kind of bluesy, and so we play blues festivals over there. When we go to a blues festival, it's usually we go there and play all of our fast rock and roll stuff, and it's funny because then we go to a rock and roll festival and we play blues all night, and it's kind of, we just try to cross over. We like so many different kinds of music that it's just hard to just stick with,
Well, one more question about this business also is you still got a beer sponsor?
Yeah, Miller Genuine Draft still sponsors us, man. It helps out a lot because, see, we're on an independent label, They're the biggest independent label, but they still have, a limited amount of promotion stuff. And what Miller does is they don't give us no money. They just give us stuff, like get us sponsorships, like with these microphones or the guitar strings or, all these companies, and they make posters and, take radio ads out for us and stuff that really helps when you're on the road. You need all that extra put. You need all the help you can get with any kind of business you're doing.
Yeah. Sounds
What,
great.
what does, there's a certain amount of controversy over corporate sponsorship, which I don't want to get into here particularly because it's too long. But
I hear it all the time.
yeah, but what do
But I'm
they?
not Michael Jackson,
No. What do you have to do for them besides show up?
That's it. We just gotta, be good guys and get out there and stay on the road. They want us to play 120 nights a year, and we do about 200. We'll probably do more. We did about 2 last year. We'll do more this year.
The 120 nights a year, that's like a
That's the
contractual
minimum.
thing you have to do.
Right. That's the minimum thing, and they don't want, big, huge, giant, famous bands. They're really more into the roots level stuff, and the people who put together the whole program for the Miller beer. They used to all be musicians themselves, and they know what it's like to be a working band out there with, you need that support, you need that little bit of promotion you can get. So they put that together really for the working bands like us. There's been a couple of bands on the Miller Network, like the Thunderbirds, that went on to, have big records, and they're not on the program anymore. But we've been with them. This is our 4th year now, and it's been great. When we first got offered the deal, we weren't sure about doing it, and we played a gig with the Del Fuegos, and they were on it, and they said, "Man, you guys got to do it." And I said, "Really?" And they said, "It'll really help you," and they're great people to work with. And it's helped us with all our gear. They help us get like cymbals and guitar strings and mics and all the stuff that you need.
They came to you?
Yeah, they came to us. They heard our first record, man. That first little old record went
Wow.
all over Europe and got us all over the place, man. Got us. It's really unbelievable how it did that.
Wow. Okay, we got 5 minutes left. Maybe we'll time for one song and a little goodbye and then a last
Okay.
song.
Can
So
we do one more tune?
Maybe 2, but give them a second to adjust to you. But okay.
All right.
The Paladins.
Close enough for rock and roll. We're going to do one called Follow Your Heart. This one's on our new record, too. Thank you. Thanks for having us on your show, man. Huh? Can't you see? Be true to you, nothing else to do. Please show me, baby, that your heart is true. Follow your heart, right from the start. Don't tear us apart. Check me out, come on. I see so many people messing up their lives, always hurting each other, start a real bad fight. Why can't they see it with all their might? Be true to yourself, try to do it right. Success. I think you should do what makes your heart hurt less. Follow your heart right from the start. Don't tear us apart. Whoa, no. Follow your heart right from the start. Don't tear us apart. Whoa, no. Follow your heart right from the start. Don't tear us apart. Whoa, no.
Paladins from San Diego. We don't have much time. What do we got? About 2 minutes left? 1. So I want to thank you for coming down again, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you. When are you playing LA next, you know?
Yeah, next week at the Palomino.
That's no good. What about after that?
After that, we're going to Australia, and then we're going all over the States. I think it's going to be a while.
That's great. Okay, well, you got anything rockabilly you could play?
Yeah, we can. How about if we do this new tune we got called Playgirl? It's kind of a rockabilly thing, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks again, Art.
Ho!
She got a head full of wine. She got the men calling all the time. She got a face so fair and so kind, and like a